Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you are watching the station identification of one of Wayland City's resident YouTubers. Live in the basement. This is not MTV's remote control. And he is not Ken Ober. God rest Ken Ober's soul. This is WEML-TV, Channel 77. And now here's your host, New Bedford, Massachusetts' own, Mr. Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Wonderful Announcer. Hey, it's Eric Lima here. I am hosting WEML-TV, Channel 77. This is the 303rd episode, I do believe. I do declare. It is the 303rd episode. And then after this episode, it will be the 17th edition of Press Your Luck. It's No Whammies Wednesday. Whammy Wednesday. There it is, my No Whammies t-shirt. I'm wearing it today. Why? Because I feel like it, you know? Because it is Press Your Luck Day, so why not Whammy Wednesday? So anyways, so I should call it No Whammy Wednesday, because I have a friend, Jordan Little, who calls it who has his version called Weekly Whammy Wednesday. I want to call it just plain Whammy Wednesday or No Whammy Wednesday. So, but instead, because I get whammies in the game, why not call it Whammy Wednesday? This one, it's going to call it plain old Whammy Wednesday. So, so what's going on? Hope everyone is having a blessed day. It's a beautiful day out, mostly sunny at 73 degrees. June the 16th, 2021, 3:22 p.m. It's the final week of school for all the young kids out there. That means you're going to be invaded by a bunch of disrespectful punks who had nothing. Oh, no, again. I'm hoping not. That's the thing. Hit you out on the internet. I'll smack you kids. No, I'm kidding. I'm like, y'all gotta learn. So, respect your elders, or else your summer's gonna be miserable. I'm sure the kids will probably be excited about, wanting to go swimming and have fun with their friends and ride bikes, or it's a beautiful day, go camping, and I'm sure going camping and all this good stuff, and just hang out with their friends and have a good time. And, or if they get rainy, we'll just put on the computer and see what's up on the internet. What's this crazy guy doing on my screen? And whatnot. So, So, anyways, so I hope you guys are having a awesome day. Seriously though, hope your day's blessed as mine. It's been like I said, crazy day as usual. And yes, I'm wearing a Whammy t-shirt because I'll be playing Press Your Luck the next episode, the 17th edition of Press Your Luck, and then. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. But right now we got some NXT Event Center to do here. And we're going to do that, unlike Michael Bombardier, who just goes with the matches, I go with the blow-by-blow detail of every single thing that's happened on the show. All right, let's start off with William Regal addressing the NXT universe, and after what has transpired, the chaos and bedlam has been transpired in the past few weeks, leading up to this is the fallout of NXT TakeOver in Your House 2021. After all that's has been happening, he was about to address the NXT universe, about to give up his job as general manager of NXT. But Karrion Kross and Scarlett could not let this slide by without them actually witnessing it in person. So Karrion Kross, the NXT heavyweight champion, along with his girl Scarlett, Karrion Kross starts disrespecting William Regal, says, say that you're done. But we heard some familiar music, and guess who's back? Samoa Joe. And he was probably happy, but he offered the job to Samoa Joe, but Samoa Joe turned him down. But he says, I'm happy to get somebody in respect. He says you cannot be a competitor, and you cannot lay hands on an NXT superstar unless provoked. And Karrion Kross and Samoa Joe had a stare down, and had a stare down, and And then Karrion Kross and Scarlett walked away. I was like, smart move, Karrion Kross. You do not want to make the Samoan submission machine mad. Samoa Joe is back on NXT, back in the WWE, part of NXT once again. It seems like to me that Samoa Joe could really stop all the chaos going around here, and he will put people in line. That's for sure. So, gotta respect Samoa Joe. All right. Grizzly Young Veterans cut a promo on Ciampa and Thatcher for tonight's main event, which would be a tornado tag match between the two teams, I should say. So, speaking of tag team match, Breezango went tagging up against Imperium. Now we Marcel Bartel and Fabian Eichner, who had marching orders from Walter. As you know, Alexander Wolf was no longer part of the WWE, no longer part of NXT as well. And Breezango did end up winning the matchup, but the Imperium was not very happy about that, so they did beat up on Breezango and put a flag on top of Tyler Breeze, which is not very happy. So, and attacking Fandango, kicking him out of the ring, and then put a flag of Imperium on top of Tyler Breeze. And I'll tell you one thing right now. They may not pick up the victory, but I'm sure they want to send a message across. And then O'Reilly and Cole decided to go at it in the back, arguing. Security tried to separate these two. William Regal's about had enough of those two going at it. He says, okay, in 3 weeks' time, Great American Bash, you two in a straight-up wrestling match. I thought the unsanctioned match would do it for you, but no, you guys want to keep going? It'll be a straight-up wrestling match. But then Samoa Joe came in to try to separate the two. Pushed Kyle O'Reilly back. Kyle O'Reilly respecting Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe telling him to calm down. But Adam Cole pushed Samoa Joe. You don't do that. Samoa Joe puts him in a coquina clutch. That was it. Adam Cole was lights out. If I were Adam Cole, I would back up off Samoa Joe for a couple of days. For about a couple of weeks, man. Because you do not. I tell you what, Samoa Joe was put right to work, man. You don't mess with Samoa Joe. Let me tell you. And then Santos Escobar a little ticked off that him and Legado del Fantasma lost the matchup this past Sunday. And Santos Escobar, he says that one day he will beat Bronson Reed and become the North American champion. We'll see if that match actually happens. And then Kushida did the Cruiserweight Open Challenge, Championship Open Challenge. And the man formerly known as Blake Christian makes his debut, known as under the name Trey Baxter. It was a heck of a matchup. But in the end, Kushida won. Kyle O'Reilly was watching the matchup the whole time. Steps in the ring and says, hey, I'm not here to answer your challenge. I'm here to issue a challenge of my own to you, Kushida. Kushida accepted the challenge. So when that match happens for the Cruiserweight title, it'll be a heck of a matchup. Mackenzie Mitchell interviewed Frankie Monet. And Frankie Monet said they'll have an encore premiere of Frankie Monet. And then she ends up talking to the Robert Stone brand team of JC Kamea and Aaliyah. And then Mercedes Martinez, after what happened to her in your house at the hands of Mei Ying, she's calling out Mei Ying. We'll see what happens there. Then the LA Knights $1 Million Championship coronation with Ted DiBiase. DiBiase came in the ring, officially presented the title to LA Knight. LA Knight says he'd rather have it on his shoulder, but he says he can get rid of everything else. He starts attacking Ted DiBiase, which LA Knight was a jerk at doing that. After what Ted DiBiase, out of the goodness of his heart, decided to do, he attacks Ted DiBiase. But Cameron Grimes, to the moon, attacks Knight and comes to the aid of Ted DiBiase. At least Cameron Grimes has got more respect for Ted DiBiase than LA Knight. Because LA Knight is a dummy, yeah. So I'd be hoping that Cameron Grimes will be stacking money with the $1 Million Championship once again. Mackenzie Mitchell interviewed with Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai, and then Shotzi Blackheart and Ramon interrupt them. They started arguing, but then they had their matchup: Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai versus Team KC. That would be Caden Carter and Casey Catanzaro, because I'd call them KC because both of their names first names begin with a K, last names begin with a C. But Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez end up winning the matchup. Ever Rise was ticked off at Hit Row for attacking them and wrecking their little house that they built. So, and I'll tell you one thing. Somebody's going to make the chew of the week this Saturday morning on Everrise Live. I'm guaranteeing. I like Everrise. Those guys, I'm a friend of the show. I got the shirt. I'm a friend of the show. That's all there is to it. On these now, sip Steve Carino's coffee in their mugs. I like that. So, Io Shirai came back and looking more gorgeous than ever. Addressing the NXT universe, she said she was about to get her next target. But then Candice LeRae, one half of the women's tag team champions, interrupts Io Shirai and starts running her mouth about running down Shirai. And then Indy Hartwell blindsides Shirai. Both ladies attack Shirai, but then Zoe Stark, a lady who respects Io Shirai, came to Io Shirai's aid. I would not be surprised if Zoe Stark and Io Shirai challenge. I was hoping Sarray would be the one to help them out, but Sarray's still a rookie in NXT. And Zoe Stark is too, so we'll see what happens there. And then Mackenzie Mitchell tried to interview William Regal, Samoa Joe. They said nothing. So, and then Thatcher and Ciampa confront MSK while MSK was eating popcorn, and Thatcher was having fun, grabbing the popcorn bucket from Nash Carter, eating popcorn, spilling some on the floor, disrespecting them. And then they had the matchup, the tornado tag, Tommaso Ciampa and Timothy Thatcher versus Grizzly Young Veterans. That's the team of Zach Gibson and James Drake, soon to be. Those guys are pretty entertaining. In the tornado tag match, it was a brawl. It was beating the heck. In fact, I was watching this very match, and we were interviewing Rent and Rave last night. We were interviewing James Ellsworth, which he was really cool. I can't believe he was watching NXT. I was watching NXT. It was really cool having James Ellsworth, despite the technical difficulties on his end. But we appreciate him to come in, and he says we're cool. I like that. Very down to earth is Mr. Ellsworth. Congratulations on your engagement as well, my friend. Hope you do well. And Tommaso Ciampa and Timothy Thatcher did pick up the victory. Their next target, MSK. Let's get that match going. The Diamond Mine promo will be opening up next week. Question is, who's part of this? What's going on? Is it a talk show? Who is behind the Diamond Mine promo? Next week on NXT, we will find out. So it'll be something else. And then Mackenzie Mitchell once again trying to get word from Samoa Joe and William Regal. And then the ways Johnny Gargano and Austin Theory interrupt them, two dummies again. And then they started running their mouths and all that. Samoa Joe says, do me a favor, get out. So, anyways, Pete Dunne comes in and has a stare down with Samoa Joe. And then they both left the arena ring. They both left the arena, and that's how it all ends. Yeah. So, what's going to happen next week? Diamond Mine making the debut. Who is it? What is it? We will find out next week. We will find out next week. And that's a new added element. I think the Diamond Mine thing is all. Zoe Stark. I was hoping that Sarray and Io Shirai would team up, but like I said, Sarray is young, Sarray would have benefited from Io Shirai, but Zoe Stark respects Io Shirai, and I'm sure this would give Zoe Stark a huge opportunity to go after the a championship title, and Io Shirai could be the second person to capture the NXT Women's Championship and Tag Team Championship. As Raquel Gonzalez is the first to do so. So we'll see what happens in that feud between The Way and Io Shirai. Who knows for sure. Karrion Kross, I'll tell you what, my man, he better tread lightly, because if I think they're going to try to taunt Samoa Joe and try to prod him to step in the ring again and challenge. Karrion Kross and Samoa Joe will be a heck of a matchup. Right now, I think Samoa Joe's still hurt, and so we'll see what happens. This is going to be a crazy, crazy thing going on, because Karrion Kross thinks he has the division, the NXT title on NXT Championship, and rule the roost. When you get Samoa Joe back in the picture, there's lots of insane things are going to happen, and you know what? It's not going to be very pretty. You freaking way, dude. All right. So that is it. That's all the time we have on this show. Episode 303, the NXT Event Center for June the 15th. June the 15th. June the 15th, 2021. Just found out the son of Vince Wilfork got arrested. How old is that kid? How old is Vince Wilfork? Is that bad? I don't know. What is that? No. Anyways, stream Major League Baseball at 9. News. Oh wow. Major League Baseball. Let's see. Facebook. Alright. So, I will see you on the next episode. Episode 304. We'll do the 17th edition of this show. That's right. Press your luck. Big bucks. No whammies. I will see you guys later. Until the next episode come up. Bless out.